Good evening, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Tonight we'll be playing Monster Loves You, where we'll be raising a monster who will be very kind and loving to fellow monsters. We also have a giveaway going on tonight, so if you type in !enter, you can join in on the giveaway. Tickets cost 25 points each, and if you're a long-time watcher, you'll have points set up for you. If you are new, you actually get points for following and subscribing. So if you throw in a subscribe, you can get the max 4 entries right away. Thank you, Tuckanus, for the host, my brother. So if you're not familiar with Monster Loves You, it's a fun little game where we're going to grow a monster. So where does our journey go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the Whale Mist. That's right, long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You were born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for our monster memories were actions and attitude. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of fighting, eating, and screaming? No, that sounds way too violent for a loving monster. Facing frightening enemies unafraid. Bravery is good to stand up for our enemies. Protecting innocent monsters from harm. Well, sounds sufficiently loving for Valentine's Day. Our kindness is increased. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. Time to be born. Okay. Being born sounds like a pretty good deal. Morton, Bear Square. Be born. You awaken in the searing season, when the sun shines strongly overhead. Onward. Your eye is open. You're a morsel. Just barely born, you float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Let's try to swim. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. What? This is intolerable. Stop that biting. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Let us unite other morsels to repel the attack. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. We'll patrol the vat and look for more troll. We can't have any of this nonsense going on. This day of love. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the spawning vat. Oh no, that's terrible. Feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. Let's do something about it. You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Let's try to think of something. You rack your newborn brain. Wait, there's some animal. Wait, there, some animal bones and sticks rotting at the bottom, half hidden beneath the slime clumps. Prop up the dying morsel. You swim to the bottom, casting about you, gather some sticks and the long curving ribs of a deer. Get them jammed together good and tight. The morsel's own dissolving body holds everything together well enough. Half its body is above the surface of the slime. Well, let's make sure nobody messes up what I've created. You swim in circles around the rescued morsel, keeping the cruel ones and biters away until your new friend begins to move and solidify. Help the morsel off the structure. As you do, you feel dizzy. That's a first. You've never been dizzy before. Everything goes green. Let's wake up. Your friend is gone, but not dead. Another morsel points to the edge of the spawning vat. While you slept, the weak one grew into a monsterling. Hooray for brains! You've grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Oh, got any advice? You're gonna get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed. To the Brood Cave and adventure. Alright, so seemingly I have some stats here. I've got no bravery. I've got 9 cleverness out of 100. No ferocity. 9 honesty out of 100. And 9 kindness out of 100. So I guess we are kind, clever, and honest right now. Alright, let's choose our adventure. It's this cup. Big old hamrag comes to the cave with a box full of metal cans. Ooh, what's this? He says, "This drink or douse day. These cans are full of what humans call soda pop." Monsterlings drink soda pop? Bubbly liquid sugar? You bet. But they also like to see who can chug the most or endure the most exploding metal cans at once. Let's see, do we drink and show everyone? This is what I sound like. Why do you have... Welcome, Convoy Bebop, to the stream. You don't know what I sound like? I mean, I've been streaming for a little while. So we drink and show everyone how much soda pop our belly can hold. We're gonna douse. Dousing doesn't seem very pleasant today, so let's go with drink and show off. You drink a can of soda pop. Ooh, it's refreshing. Ooh, it's fizzy. Let's keep drinking. I actually have soda, so I'm gonna drink some soda along with my monster. You drink another canned soda pop. Woo, those bubbles are building up in your belly. Well, that's not a problem. I'm gonna keep drinking. The third can of soda pop is tricky to chug, but chug you do. This one isn't sweet. It's still full of bubbles, and so are you. Oof, this is getting painful. Let's quit before something bad happens. Welcome to the stream, my man. I'm glad you could finally drop in. Oh, my cleverness is increased because I didn't get myself sick on soda pop. Alright. So you just have a relaxing day in today? You're not driving all over the place right now? Continue our adventures. The skull looks not ominous at all. Elder Marinus leads you and some other monsterlings to a secluded grotto at the back of the cave. What's that high up on the wall? It's a rusty iron cage. There's something inside it. Sticks and rocks, maybe? It's a collection of bones, Marius says. This is a human skeleton. If you can get it out of the cage, you may play with it. Ooh, I love playing with human bones. Let's look at the cage. I also love your username, by the way. Convoy Bebop. I love Cowboy Bebop. It's one of my favorite animes just of all time. The cage rests on a ledge several monsterlings high and only one monsterling wide. The lock rusted away long ago. A frayed rope hangs from the bars. Get help from a friend. You ask Nash Nash for a boost. She laughs and throws you up onto the ledge. You crack your head, but you're there. Let's toss down the bones so everyone can play. You let the other monsterlings in on the fun. Nash Nash starts choking when she tries to eat some of the littlest bones. Well, slap her on the back so she should choke to death. That'd be awful if our friends started dying around us. That did it. She spits out the little nodules and seems puzzled. I can crunch animal bones easy. How come human bones are so tough? Perhaps that is the lesson. Well, it's a cool nickname, so I mean, you could do a lot worse. Continue your adventures. This thing. You, Nash Nash, and Blistry are wrestling near a big clay jar. You knock the jar off its ledge, and it breaks into 100 pieces. You couch Elder Marinus out of the corner of your eye. It was my fault, I confess. You go to Elder Marinus. She looks at you expectantly, puffing out her body like a spiny fish. She looks poisonous. No, I'm going to take responsibility. She looks at you for a moment, then puffs. It's all right. It's a jar. These things happen. She pats you on the head. Our honesty is increased. You're an honest little monster. Ashna spies the delicious mouse-head mushroom. Mine! She plucks it from the floor, but it tumbles from her claws and bounces into a dark crevice in the wall. Do we taunt Ash Nash? That is really weird. I mean, the first time might have been true, because I know I had some trouble starting the stream off, but, I mean, now I've been pretty consistently streaming. And let me open my dashboard and make sure I'm not having any other problems. Stream health is excellent, so Twitch must be bugging out on you. Well, I'm gonna get the mushroom. Okay, how? Let's fish it out with something sticky. You spit a glob of slime onto one claw, then reach as far into the crevice as you can. Success! You devour the delicacy for yourself. Oh, really? I was gonna split it. I wanted to be kind. I know, but you can never be too sure. Yeah, man, don't forget to join the giveaway. I don't know if my timers are working correctly, but it should have popped up. I'm having a giveaway tonight. I have a list of Steam codes. There you go. Yeah, just hit enter. You can buy up to 4 tickets if you've got the souls. You get souls from watching the stream, following, and subscribing. It costs 25 souls to enter for each one, and you can do it up to 4 times. I've also got should be a link to the spreadsheet there that shows what games you can pick from if you win. It's a tracking one. What's up, Prodigy? Good to see you tonight, man. You and Nash Nash spot Blistry and Smark playing a game. Nash Nash says, I got an idea. Who are Blistry and Smark? Blistry thinks she knows everything. Smark never talks, but he can climb like he's half lizard, half spider. They're close friends. Oh, okay. You and Nash Nash spot... Oh, I already read that. What's Nash Nash's idea? Nash Nash says, look at the mushrooms all over the place. I hear they're tasty and they won't miss a few if we take them. What's so special about these mushrooms? Nash Nash grumbles, why do they have to be special? Isn't being tasty enough? Why do you hate delicious things? Oh, okay, I guess I don't. But we're no thief. Nash Nash hisses gutless slime. Smark and Blisstree look up at the noise, then return to their game. I'm gonna chastise you. You raise one claw in a gesture of admonishment and begin to lecture Nash Nash on the ethics of stealing. She imitates you, mouthing the same words while making ma ma wah ha noises. Oh, what a bitch. We're gonna teach her lessons you won't forget. You leap at Nash Nash. She howls happily as you both tumble this way and that, knocking mushrooms and monsterlings flying. Okay. You'll take my admonishment and like it. You're halfway towards leaving, becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Oh. It's unhappy guy over here. Hamrag, an adult monster, sleeps in a big pile of monsterlings. Everyone is comfortable. Comfy. Blotz, giggling, sticks lichen in all four of Hamrag's nostrils. Hamrag's eyes shoot open as he starts to choke. Blotz shushes you with a threatening scowl. You're not afraid of Blotz? Help Hamrag. You can't just choke a guy with lichen while he's sleeping. You jump on Hamrag's head and knock some of the lichen loose. He squeals and gasps, then remembers he can breathe through his mouth. Crisis averted. Hamrag glowers down past his jowl, scowling as though you hadn't saved him. He roars and demands to know who plugged up his nose. Well, we're an honest and truthful monster. Blotz did it. Hamrag thanks you, grabs Blotz and sits on him. Old Blotz's breath whooshes out and he can't inhale again. Hamrag stays there for a good long while. Alright. Let's see what this one is. You're clattering, then flapping. A deer tumbles in through the cave entrance with Blisstree trapped in his antlers. How did she get stuck in a deer, or how did the deer get stuck around her? Deer and monsterlings are traditionally curious about each other. Blisstree abruptly flew up and perched on him, and then things got crazy. Let's calm the deer. Soothed by the tone of your voice and the gentle touch of your claws, the deer kneels long enough for you to flee Blisstree. Success! The deer rushes off. Blisstree thanks you, then limps off to tend to a pair of wounded wings. She's got wings. I want wings. Unfair. This one. Nash Nash tumbles into you, screaming and chased by Sickle, who is also screaming. What's all this, then? Nash Nash and Sickle are trying to make each other's ears bleed by screaming. Sickle is winning, and Nash Nash is running. Let's protect Nash Nash. Your ears throb as you turn towards Sickle and wag your claw at her, but it works. She stops, and all's quiet. For now. Alright. Our last adventure. Blotz snuck outside and found a human knife stuck in a tree. It's shiny, sharp, and scary. He's swinging it around like a human would. Maybe you should stop him from waving that thing around. You speak up just in time to stop him from chopping off Smark's little paw. Blotz is distracted by the blood. You see your chance to act. Let's take it away gently. We don't need to do tough love right now. Calm is the last thing the agitated Blotz expects. You pluck the knife from him and run to Elder Marinus. She flares with anger at the sight of the human weapon. We're an honest monster. We will tell the truth. That's why we've taken it away. Even monsters have to be careful with knives. Not like the safe Not like the safety we find in guns. Elder Marinus smiles as you tell her the tale. Well done, little one. I'm glad you came to me. Yes, it was well done, wasn't it? Oh my, you wake up and find that you're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up. Wow. Gee willikers. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. Alright, let's go. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Well, let's jump right in. You fall and fall some more. And fall, and you're falling. And other monsters are falling? Yes, some of them are crying, and you can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds. Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as bone. You hear other monsters breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, falling. Let's try to cushion the fall for another monsterling. We'll be kind. Oof, you don't see who you helped. Whoever it was rolls away into the thick fog without a word. Attitude is not important. We do things because we do the right thing because it's the right thing. We are a kind and gentle monster. You join some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out here than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, but those look determined. I should take charge. The other monsterlings watch you, curious. Let's help everyone work together. You lead the other monsterlings in a rousing song. Putting aside their trepidation, they advance into the twisting passages. Soon you have all convened in a cave full of even thicker mist. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor, except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts, hundreds of them, large and small. They're everywhere. Ooh, spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention toward you. Their eyes glow different colors. You stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant. All in unison they ask you, do you fear? You're gonna wait and say nothing. Ghosts stare into and through you as though you're the one made of mist. One sharp voice speaks from behind you. Why are you here? Let's lecture the ghosts in the life cycle of monsters. You take a deep breath and begin to explain how monsterlings make this change into adolescent monsters. Stress is like heat, cooking our minds and bodies so they can enter a new state of being. Continue to explain things to the ghosts. You go on. First, our growing bodies must be destabilized so we can take on our more diverse forms, and then we must... I'm sorry, I forgot where I was. Let's all do deep sleep. Alright, so... kind of brave. Pretty clever. Very clever. Not halfway clever. Not very ferocious. We're very honest, and we're pretty kind. Wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. Let's start living as an adolescent monster, then. Let's enter the big bad world. Hey. Adventure in town. After the rain, the last puddles linger. Looking into one, you see hundreds of tiny wriggling bugs. Let's eat the little bugs. You suck the dirty puddle into your mouth and spit it out, trapping the squirming mass of minuscule creatures. One quick crunch and they're in your belly. Well, that was appetizing. Let's go adventure in town. You, Nash, and the scapegoat are having an impromptu picnic in the street. The fresh moss you dunk in your tea is delicious. Some birds, twittering and chirping in a friendly way, circle and land among the crumbs. Okay. The birds start pecking at the crumbs, but then they start hopping onto you and pecking at you, too. You have crumbs on you, and they want them right now. Let's see how they like it, and we're gonna eat these goddamn birds. You grab a bird and try to gobble it up in one bite. Unfortunately, your mouth isn't yet big enough, so you end up having to eat it in multiple bites. Messy. Nash Nash laughs as your bloody jaws creak and grind. Bunch. The scapegoat looks on you and nibbles some grass and the last of the bread. You offer it a wing, but it shakes its horned head. Nash Nash and you keep biting birds until they're all dead. Fucking birds. Gobclaws has found a human artifact, a black circle. She shows it to you very carefully. Look, it has grooves on it. I wonder what its purpose is. You hold up the black circle, looking at it, tapping it with your claws, and tasting it with your tongue. Gobclaw says, I already tried that. Must be a hat. Let's put it on our head. The other monsters are impressed by your impromptu fashion show. Gobclaw thanks you as she takes her new hat and waddles away. This one. Mupsy Moral slithers up to you and says, I wonder if you can confirm a rumor for me. Mupsy Moral Mushroom who? Mupsy Moral's an elder monster who's been around for a long, long time. She prints the Omen Harbinger, a short newspaper for monsters. Oh. Alright, what's going on? Amrang is baking a special 6-pork pie made from 6 kinds of pig, you know, a delicacy. So delicate about 6 pigs. They're roasting suckling piglets, so tender, juicy, and flavor. Yum. The pie was cooling on a windowsill and vanished. Your friend Nash Nash was seen nearby just before, but not after. But not after. The vanishing, what do you think about this? Should have been a comma. No, I don't really think a whole lot about it, actually. Mupsy can see that you don't know anything, or at least that you don't care. She leaves you in peace. Well, good. I don't want to be part of your gossip. Elder Marinus leads you, Blistry, and Varrock into the forest. She points to a stand of purple berry bushes and says, Eat your fill, little ones. What is this about? Arnie smiles down at you. I noticed the berries were ripe. That's all. What are you afraid of? They'll make your tummy hurt? Oh, well, of course not. Let's see. We're gonna eat every berry in sight. You eat, and eat? Eat. You've eaten your weight in berries, but what's this? You see even more berries that were hidden before, hidden behind other berries. No, I think it's enough berries. Well, welcome back. That's really weird to just randomly lose data. You return to town, sloshing with every step. By the time you reach your hovel, you're feeling less bloated, but you still need a long nap. What just happened? You're not sure, but outside your window you hear Varrock squealing and squishing, and you smell fresh pancakes. Alright. Let's continue our adventures. Loud, drooly, snapping sounds come from the square where you see Prufrock single-clawedly taking on a rampaging pack of wolves. He grunts you for help. Are these wolves a threat? Any monster can defeat almost any animal with ease. You should be able to take care of them. We're going to push Prufrock to safety and fight the wolves. When the first settles, a pot of wolf stew bubbles happily in the center of the square. Everyone lines up to cheer you and eat. I'm playing Monster Loves You. Can't you read the stream title? Come on, cuz. Welcome to the stream, by the way. You're heading home with a dead rabbit you found. Suddenly a fox appears. He saddles up and asks you, are you going to eat all of that? I guess not. We can share it with the fox. Monsters are very loving. We're a very kind monster, did you see? Tear the rabbit into 2 pieces. It splits unevenly. One chunk has most of the meat, and the other is a bunch of tendons and skin. The fox looks up hungrily. We'll of course give him a good chunk. We're a good host. You and the fox enjoy the delicious rabbit. Crunchy. Suddenly, a stinging rain pours down. Everyone scatters and gets under cover. Even Blistry and Smark. How bad is the weather? It's just rain, water falling from the clouds. It does hurt a little. Stings, you know. Ow, ow. That's like 100 needles in your hide. Brave monster likes the feel of nature on its face. Yeah, a wise monster has enough sense to get out of the rain. Fine. Sometimes really hard rain like this has been known to get stuck under monster skin like little splinters, and then you can hurt for days. Got it. Alright, so we're undercover with everybody else. While the rain pours down, you cuddle with Blistry and Smark under the bleachers. Let's play a game. Take turns opening your mouth to the falling rain, trying to suck up all the drops. Unfortunately, you choke and spit a mouthful of water at Smark. Oh no, I'm sorry, Smark. Blistry spits water on you. Smark splashes a puddle at both of you, and you'll all spend the rest of the storm making your own fun in the pooling water. Let's play rocks. Oh boy, Smark set up human chess set. You sit down to play. You don't know the rules, but a smart monster like you should be able to figure it out. Well, let's ask Smark how to play. Smark points to the pieces and moves some of them around, then knocks one over with another. It must be a fighting game. Haha, we're good at these. Smark then thinks for a moment, and with finesse, pushes all of your pieces down and taps his head. Sounds like victory. Aha. Smark picks the 16 short pieces and you get the 16 ones with different shapes. He makes one of his short guys knock over your horsey. Let's see. We're gonna avalanche attack. We're gonna kick the whole board over. In 2 trees, Smark waves his arms to indicate a foul. Hey! Pieces are all gone, but so are yours. It's a draw. Alright. Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth, and you've become an adult. Alright. You've been dragged from your bed by friends and neighbors. Trying to sleep here. They surround you and hold you down, not ungently, until you stop struggling. Yeah, fine. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other and look at you, then whisper some more. Get on, getting on. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. Alright. After a while, the muttering stops, so the murmuring goes on for some time longer. Finally, the assembled monsters come to a decision. Alright, well, what's your decision? The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Others loom over you while the smaller adults crouch low. Their surroundings grow shadowy and dark. What do they want from me now? You see concern in some of their faces, but very little respect. So what? Does the monster need respect to grow up? You'll become an adult without earning any respect, but when the time comes, all too soon to become an elder, you'll dissolve and pass away without it. Oh, okay. You see concern in some of their faces, but very little respect. Alright, what? Someone calls you clever, an unseen monster in the back agrees. Yeah, you're a real know-it-all. Yeah, I knew it. Someone gives you a tangled up ball of wires and little glass bulbs, even an artifact of some kind. Untangle it to prove you're smart. Carefully untangle the wires and untangle the knotted ball of wires. Nice. I have respect. Squint and turn the ball this way and that. Then find the worst part of the tangle and worry it free. It gets easier after that, and soon the whole ball is a series of clean loops. Lay the light wire on the ground and smile. No, we're quite clever. 77% clever. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time, but your personality is no longer mutable as it was when you were young. Onward, to adulthood! Alright, so now we get some choices. Let's politic with monsters. The snake moon is rising in the sky. It's time to gather snakes for the ritual. Snake moon? Sometimes the full moon has shadows on it, and that's got to mean something. Monsters celebrate these shadows with snake soup. Oh, okay. Let's set out to gather snakes. You wander the fields near the whale mist. It's easy to catch snakes, but every time you reach for another one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of your snakes are getting away. Not anymore. Not anymore, they're not. Kill the snakes as you catch them. You come to the ritual with 10 snakes draped over your shoulders. Greet the other monsters with your dead snakes. Many of the other monsters brought live snakes, but they let you put your dead ones into the scaly cauldron. The monsters gathered around the cauldron. Proofrock scrapes 2 sticks together to light a fire. It's going to be a fun night. There was much rejoicing. Yay! You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening over there? Sasswait, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how the windows in her hovel work. She's trapped her paws under a heavy panel. Heavy pain. Free her from the window. You walk over and take a look. This should be easy for a grown-up monster like you. Lift the window to free her. Sasswait seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her from the window. You notice a small crowd has gathered. Help Sasswait treat her injured arm. You tend to Sasswait's bruise with a salve made from flowers and mushrooms. Soon she feels no pain at all. The crowd applauds your helpfulness. Let's explore the whale mist. This 3-head goat with horns seems legit. Squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. You drop on it from a branch, grab it, and twist its head off. Delicious decapitation. Young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel over your claws, and runs off laughing and barking. Wolves can bark now? Isn't that only dogs? She must be multilingual. Plus, it looks like she's faster than you. Let's turn the tables on the wolf. Second squirrel creeps up and pokes at the discorporated head of the first one. You grab the new squirrel and chew on it a little, thinking. Go the wolf closer with the squirrel. Dangle the squirrel over your maw, waiting. The wolf tries to steal as planned. You slash her with your claws and she flees, having learned not to mess with you again. Yeah, you dirty friggin' wolf, don't mess with me, bitch. Let's explore the whale mist more. More snakes. You take the lead in a hunt in the whale mist, but you've become separated from the group. Suddenly you catch sight of something there. Where? Within that thicket. Rumor has it that an especially large, clever snake tricked Nash Nash, biting her and made her sick for days, and it's right there, waiting, watching. You've beaten and eaten snakes before, time to eat another. You slowly creep up on it, sharpening your claws. Suddenly you stop. A print in the dirt is clearly from Nash Nash's foot, and that's definitely dried monster blood around it. Lower the crafty serpent into a trap so it can't bite you. Perch on a branch above a crude snare and beat 2 rocks together to attract its attention. This goes on for some time. Keep beating those rocks. Suddenly, the snake drops from a branch above you. You struggle, but it's too late. It crushes you with terrible strength. Next thing you know, Nash Nash has pounced on the snake. She grabs its head and holds its mouth shut, keeping its fangs trapped. Nash Nash bites the snake's head off and swallows it. You grasp as the coils loosen. Nash Nash is carried through Omen by a group of cheering monsters while you are left to recover on your own. Ah, damn it. As you explore the whale mist, you notice that the air smells faintly of gingerbread. There! Ahead there's a flock of very fat birds packing a trail of crumbs that winds through the trees. Follow the trail of birds and crumbs. It leads along twisting paths you never knew existed. Deep in the forest you come across a rickety human house which smells of baked goods. You hear human speech. 2 children are babbling nearby. Examine the children. Children look tired and very thin, but their bellies bulge as though they've just eaten a huge meal. They're so weak that you don't fear for your life being so close. Okay. Wait for the children to leave the baked house? Or eat one of the children? Hey, where's Gel? He's always talking about just eating, killing the kids. Children emerge from the house as it begins to burn. The girl looks back as an older human starts to scream inside. And you make your move. The boy is too slow and tired to respond. Oh yes, so delicious, so very good, such a rare treat. The girl turns back as her brother's hand slips out of hers and sees you. She blinks, not sure whether you're real or not. Continue the meal before she can react. The girl's eyes widen as you spread your claws. She slaps you and it hurts. It hurts worse than a slash from the claws of the oldest monster. You spin and knock her down, then move in to end the fight before she can end you. Let's take home some of our meal to share. You walk into Omen with a bulging belly, smelling of meat and gingerbread. Every monster you meet gets a little something to put in the larder, and toes for everyone. A flock of geese are in the square. No one can talk above the din. Nash Nash screams. Last one to drive them away is a loser, and she's on that human scooter she found. I'm gonna hunt down a cool secret weapon of my own. Let's gear up. Plonking it on your head, you run toward the geese, growling and yipping. These geese swarm you. Uh-oh. Fury and fear unite. Attack! You bite a goose in 2 and grab 3 more, creating a tornado of feathers. Nash Nash jumps off the scooter to join the feast. You've won, she admits, mouthful. Let's politic with some monsters now. Your neighbor, the elder monster Alelia, walks slowly in the direction of the brood cave. Alelia? Alelia who? She's one of your next door neighbors, but she's much older than you, months and months. She has tough scales and eyes of several sizes. Alright, let's watch her. What's she doing? As she passes down the road, some of the other elders nod to her. They then go to her hovel and start smashing things. What's going on? Reedblit stops tearing apart Layla's dining room table and says she feels herself beginning to dissolve. She went to go release herself and become one with the slime in the spawning vat. What happens when monsters dissolve themselves? Monsters who get a certain age either settle into their personality and shape forever, or they let themselves become one with the slime from which they came. Their personality can have an effect on future generations of monsterlings. Oh, okay. Join the monsters in clearing out her hovel. The neighbors are preparing this hovel, gutting it down to bare walls in readiness for the next monsterling who matures into adolescent. Soon nothing will remain of Layla but memories. We're going to help remove Layla's stuff from the hovel. It's hard work, but you go to it with a will. By the time you're done, Layla no longer exists. You hear Gritmitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed him. The pointy parts that get you, he says. Apparently humans have pointy parts. We're gonna listen in. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away, he turns to you and says, isn't that right? Explain to the youngsters that a human knife is always dangerous. You calmly expand on Gritmitten's tale, sharing what you have learned about the frightening blades of the humans. The young monsters promise that they will treat such things with respect even if nobody's holding one. Find blots, hitting a dented alarm clock. Why have bells that don't ring? Is it some kind of riddle? Before he can answer, he throws the clock over his shoulder and glowers. Let's try to fix it. Pick up the clock and examine it with care. It's so complicated, more complicated than anything a monster has ever made. That includes monsterlings, wheels and cogs and gears and levers. Well, let's keep poking at the clock. Even though it's so complicated that you might get your claws caught inside it, or get a spring into the eye, or accidentally hurt blots, or hurt blots on purpose for that matter, yes, let's go for it. You turn the key round, it makes a clicking sound, then the bells go ding. Not bad. It's getting harder to turn, though. I know, right? That's what I thought about it. I'm kind of liking it. It's like a cute little thing. Let's quit while we're ahead. Clock ticks and talks and ticks, and you're pretty sure it's actually keeping time. If only you knew what the little arms and hands meant. Well, in any case, Blotz goes around showing everyone how you fix his artifact.